Alright, so this first part of the Path of Promise, there is no enemies, so we can just take our time. No treasures here. Venture down. There are no enemies here either. And this is going to be our point of, if you have not gotten the Thief's Key and not gotten the Wrecking Ball, you cannot move forward. Talk to this guy. Welcome to the Path of Promise, youngster. You won't find it too promising right now, though. The way through has been blocked up. So if you come up here, you can use the Wrecking Ball. RL puts the Wrecking Ball gingerly in place and stands back. Ba-bomb! Heroes first!
The path is clear. Oh, and you might want to take this too.
Ah, we got a world map. Okay.
Just know that there's an entirely new world awaiting you on the other side. Keep your wits about you. And don't do anything I wouldn't do now.
I don't even know who you are. I don't know what you wouldn't do. If we look at the maps, we've had a continental map this entire time. So that's what our current continent looks like. We've pretty well been all over the continent now. This is the world map. Oh, it's not going to show me everything. And oh, zoom out. Ah, there we go. So this is the world map. Kind of looks like the real world, doesn't it? So, does that mean that we're from Australia? Is the hero Australian? Because, yeah, there's South America, North America, there's Europe, Asia, there's Africa, Antarctica, I guess. So, yeah, they pretty much modeled the world that we are in on the real world. Alright, venture in here, and once we go down these stairs, we are in a dungeon full of monsters. So, post-commentary. So now we have monster-filled dungeon. If we drop down this hole, we'll get into a basement area here, and there is some goodies to loot. Alright, this is a new enemy. This is the, what do they call it, Ant Gobbler. They're cousin of the Ant Nibbler that we faced earlier. They're just a tougher version. They don't do anything special. They can defend themselves and they can attack. They don't do anything special. They're pretty much just stronger versions of what we previously fought. And come down here. There's this chest, and this contains the chain sickle. So whenever I was saying in a previous video that we don't need to buy a chain sickle, I was thinking of that, but then it was like, oh shit, we can't actually get that until we're almost to the next town. Alright, new enemy, spiked hair. These are stronger versions of the bunnycorns. They are faster, they are stronger. They also cast the sleep spell, snooze I believe it's called in Dragon Quest, where they will try and put your party to sleep. So rousing rings are very, very, very useful against these things. Because there's nothing like getting your whole party put to sleep and then they just decimate you until you wake up. Because once you are put to sleep, it's not you wake up as soon as you're hit like in Final Fantasy. You wake up randomly in the next 5 turns. So if you are very unlucky, that means for 5 turns they get free hits on you. And there's nothing like having them put your entire party to sleep. You don't wake up for 5 turns, and then as soon as you wake up, they put you right back to sleep. Alright, so that is all the treasure in the basement. We still have a new enemy type that we haven't run into yet. Alright, so drop down here. And this chest contains a rabbit tail. Now this is where we get the notification that some equipment can change your personality. This will change anyone who wears it in their primary slot to a happy camper. Let's put that on you to raise your luck a little bit. We head off in this direction. We can get another item. Catherine is just getting hammered. She ain't gonna level up for a bit, so heal all. And this chest contains a rousing ring. So we got 2. So I think I want to put that on you so that we at least have the boomerang available. And head on back towards the center and go up. That person just basically like, oh, if I fall, I might not survive. Here's the last new enemy, Killer Pillar. The only interesting thing they do is they cast Kabuff, which will raise the defense of a group of monsters, thus making them tougher to kill. Other than that, nothing special. They don't poison you or anything, but they probably are the toughest enemy you have faced at this point. I believe that is all the new enemies until we get out of here. There's no treasure to the left, so don't worry about it. Come down here. We have this barrel that has a cower ring. This is a cursed item. So if you equip the cower ring, even if it's on the sub accessory slot, it will change your personality to wimp. We do not want wimp. That is one of the worst personalities. There are 2 ways to remove curses. One way is to pay $1,000 to the church to remove a curse. Don't do that. That is expensive as shit. The other way is to level up a priest until he gets a spell, and then have the priest cast that spell on that item to remove the curse. We do not have a priest, but the plan is to turn Catherine into a sage who will have access to mage and priest spells. So we will be using that spell eventually. Okay, this path we have 3 locked doors. The one on the left will lead out. The other 2 will lead you to some treasures. Right here we have a tortoise shell. One of the reasons I was thinking of not getting a tortoise shell, and then I remembered, oh yeah, it's right before we get to the next town. The center will lead us to 2 pots, one of which contains a seed of wisdom, the other of which contains some money. And then the left path will lead us out of here. And there's our teleporter. Okay, there are no more enemies here. There are no treasures to worry about inside this place. So just follow the path out. And when you get here, you'll notice that pot over to the right. You have to venture around to grab it. I don't think there was anything the other way, if I'm remembering correctly. Let's take a quick look just to make sure. No. And when you get up here a little bit, you're going to get a cutscene. The slime looks RL up and down. Doesn't seem like a bad slime.
Wait! Don't do anything silly now! Oh, thank heavens! I made it just in time. Most would have attacked this defenseless slime by now. You might just be the one. Don't worry, friend. You've nothing to fear. Tell me, have you encountered any unusually friendly monsters on your travels? There are some in this world that hold no ill will towards us human folk. This slime being a convenient example of said phenomenon. Ho ho ho! Look at that! He likes you. At any rate, I've taken it upon myself to look after as many of these cordial critters as I can. Oh, that's right. I haven't introduced myself yet, though I'm sure you've probably pegged who I am. Yes, the one and only Monty the Monster Monitor. You do know me, right?
Never heard of you.
No need to play coy now. Frankly, it happens to me all the time. Many freeze up around celebrities after all. Listen, would you mind if I asked a favour of you? Should you happen to find any friendly monsters on your travels, could you send them my way? I don't have much, but I'm sure I can find some way to compensate you for the trouble. As it happens, there's a monster arena in the nearby town of Romaria. There, critters of a calmer persuasion test their might against one another. Do stop by if you have the time. You'll likely find me there as well. Now farewell, kindred soul. May this not be the last time our paths cross.
So this actually activates the side quest that we need the Monster Wrangler for. The Monster Wrangler is required for 3 trophies. One is to rescue all the friendly monsters. One is to get to max rank of the monster arena. And one is to learn all skills and spells. So we need the Monster Wrangler to rescue all the monsters so that we can use them in the monster arena, so that we can gain all of his abilities, then transform him to different classes to learn their abilities. Alright. And right here, once we venture out here is when we get a trophy for making it to the new world. Welcome to Romaria. Essentially, we are in Rome. With it being nighttime, there's not much we can do right now. If we go in here, down these stairs is the monster arena. So we can very quickly just grab this out of the barrel. Not really anything else we can do at the moment. If we talk to Monty, wonderful to see you again. I hear you're finding time to search for friendly monsters alongside all your other commitments. Thank you very much. Since you're here, why don't you go ahead and check in on the little critters? So we have that first slime that we saw is our first monster. And it starts at level 10. Interesting. I don't know how they level up. So it looks like you can level up and gain some new abilities. So the only other place where we've seen a friendly monster so far was in Aliahan in the dungeon, but we could not gain access to it because it is locked by the ultimate key. Alright, so we have this pot right here that has a mini medal. How many is that? That is 7. One more. And there's our free turban that I was talking about. So let's give that to Catherine. Okay, let's take a look. There's an inn over here. I don't think I need it right now. Alright, so here we got Moonwort Bulb. I believe that cures sleep. And in here, leather armor. We don't need that now. So we've already got better armor. We kind of do need to turn it daytime so that we can shop. But we'll hold off. Alright, so exit that way, but here is a church. And And if we come in here, we cannot access this, but we can access this dresser for a restless heart. Restless heart can change our personality to plugger. It also raises our defense. So let's, if I can, oh, we have the garter on her. Well, she needs defense, so let's give her the restless heart. Alright, and we have a red book here, so we get Eureka Moment. This one is a personality book that we definitely want. We'll be using this. Change it to a genius. When the gadabout becomes a sage, we're using that. Because genius is probably the best personality for mage or sage. Alright, so come up here. There's nothing here. Come in here. Okay, so first time I came here, I saw the red from the window and I thought it was a chest. Turns out it's just that chair. Go down here. We cannot venture in there until we get the ultimate key. And the ultimate key is the last key we're going to get. The next key we will get, and we're not going to get that for a while, is going to be the magic key, which will open blue doors. We've already seen one over in Aliahan. Come up here. If we talk to this guy, he's going to give us some information for our next main quest. We're not going to worry about it right now. But basically the next main quest is what made me kind of think, here's a magic key door. But the next main quest we're going to get kind of made me think that this was England, but the location is Rome, is basically Rome, Italy. The next main quest, well, I'm not going to go into detail until we get it. For the record, we're about to be caught up with where I was in my original playthrough. Would I lie to you? Probably. This one gives us the slippery devil personality. And we get a leather cape here. I don't think I can equip that, can I? No. No. Yes, she can. To give her more defense. So, she had a tortoise shell. I don't even think we need that now. No, she had the leather dress. I think leather dress would be best here to give her more defense. Oh, stuck behind the door. Venture down. Down we go. Down goes Anderson. Down goes Anderson. Points if you get the reference. Alright, so if we come over here, is there anything? There's this pot. Dazzle me not. That supposedly cures dazzle. Alright, if we come over here now, right here, this is our 8th mini medal. We can now get the edged boomerang. $26 gold coins there. Now the real question is, can I get my side quest now? I don't think that there's anything over here. Doesn't seem like it. Let's go up and see if we get our cutscene. Nope, they're not going to let us talk to the king until morning. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to Aliahan via Chimera Wing. And we will get our edged boomerang. Now the real question is, do I want to walk back? Or do I want... It'll be easy. It'll be a quicker walk back than it was the original time because I'm not going to do all that extra exploring. But it is going to take time, but it will also give me more money and XP. Alright, edge boomerang. Alright, so next, when we get him 4 more, we get a silver platter, which is a shield. Edge boomerang's gonna go here. Ooh, she's gonna be powerful. Alright. I think I do want to walk it. That way it'll be daytime whenever I get back over there. So we'll just edit all that out and I will see you back at Romaria. Alright, we've walked back to Romaria. It is now daytime, so now we can shop and we can talk to the king to get our next quest. Let's do the shopping first. So, anything I want to sell? Boomerang. Leather hat. Training togs. Leather hat. I want to keep that wizard staff because we can use that to basically do Sizz as a free action. We'll trade that. There are a couple of ways to remove curses from items. This is a cursed accessory. If you equip it, it gives you great stat boosts. But the curse is going to make you useless. In this case, it would change our personality to a whip. But there is a way to remove curses. There are 2 ways to remove curses. One is very expensive. One is free once we have the right class. So we will hold on to the Cower Ring and see about removing the curse later. Alright, so... we can buy an Iron Lance right now for RL and for Valerie if we want. The one that would get the biggest jump is Valerie. She will go from being the weakest of the 3 that could equip it to becoming the strongest. So let's give this to Valerie. That's going to get rid of that Divine Dagger. Because what we've got right now is already stronger than that. So sell that. Do I want to go ahead and buy one for me? Because none of the other weapons are actually anything that we want right now. Scale shields we would like. Shell armor. Carla could use that. Okay, so basically what we would need is scale shields, an iron lance, we already have a thorn whip, and 1 shell armor. So let's do an iron lance for RL. Then we can sell his chain sickle for 100. We can buy the shell armor for Carla now. That means we can sell this tortoise shell. Now we can't afford to buy anything else, but the only thing we want now is 4 scale shields. Now we're about right where I was last time on the walkthrough. I've not ventured any further than this, so I do not honestly know if we're going to get any free scale shields. My money is on yes. But as far as are we going to get 1 or 2, I don't know. So right now that gives us a jump of about 7 defense each. That's pretty good defense. So we'll want to get us some scale shields when we have the money. Alright, now let's go see the king and get our next main quest. The only place we couldn't explore was up here, which is where the king is.
Well met, traveler. Tell me, what brings you to fairest Roma? Ah, I see. You must be the hero of Aliahan. Your king sent word that you were on a mission of great importance. Ah, it is an honor to at last meet the scion of Ortega in the flesh. Your reputation precedes you. Now, there is something I must ask of you. That despicable brigand Robin Hood has stolen from us our most sacred and regal crown. Were you able to return it to us, you would prove yourself a true hero. Believe me, you will not get a better chance to show just what a descendant of the great Ortega can do. Go forth, and may luck travel with you!
So that is our next quest, is to defeat Robin Hood, which is what made me think that this area was actually England. Because Robin Hood is an English folk story. Rob from the rich and give to the poor. What's this? Ah. Did not know I could do that. Alright, is there one over here too? No. Okay, so we have done everything we can do in Romaria now. It's interesting how he stopped at Roma when he was going to say Romaria, which should have been the big hint that this is Rome. Plus looking at the map. Anyway, I think this is a good place to stop. I'm going to go to the church and save. And when we return, we will begin our quest to take down that villainous Robin Hood. The guy up at the tower that I talked about that would tell us where to go in the next for our next quest. Well, if we had spoke to him, he would tell us that Robin Hood is in a tower nearby. Gives us the name of the tower. The name slips my mind right now, but there's really only one way to go right now, so that's all we need to worry about. So if you've enjoyed this walkthrough so far, drop a like. Feel free to subscribe for more. If you feel like making a donation to the cause, there is a link in the description to buy me a coffee. It is not required. It is always appreciated. And I will see you guys in the next video.